to Talking Wolves for a brand new video today. Something that we've not done in a while, just a little news and update video really. And before we kick off, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for the latest Wolves news and opinions. And well, it's an interesting one though. Wolves today have released the Wolves official third kit for this season. It's obviously a green, very Mexican-inspired kit. Obviously, the green with the red and the white all involved there. Quite interestingly, this one was actually leaked late in July. It was about the 26th of July. I remember somebody had sent it to me and said, have you seen this? And I looked all over social media and could see nothing about it. Thought I'd post it to see if anyone else, obviously to leak the kit and show if anyone else had seen it. And I think we were the first to post it, and obviously quite a lot of people then had jumped on it. But it's been over a month and we have seen nothing about this third kit. I know somebody had confirmed it on Twitter, but I've seen nothing about it since. And then all of a sudden it came about. Wolves were sort of teasing, I think yesterday, that they were going to release something today, and obviously the Wolves kit has come, using plenty of the new signings as the covers. So you got Patrick Catrone on there, Vallejo, Neto, Raul Jimenez obviously, along with Doherty and Johnny as well. But it's a nice looking kit. I think it'll be quite a popular one. It's something very different to what Wolves have done before. Again with the Adidas, got the Man Better logo on there as well, and of course you can get your Europa League badges to go with it as well if you wish. So interesting. I think this is going to be a massive seller worldwide, especially in North America. It's definitely sort of catered towards that Mexican sort of market. I think they probably saw how popular that was last year, and it's no secret that this maybe is what they're pushing towards. But it's a nice looking kit, something a little bit different, not too in your face, but a nice colour, and it'll be interesting to see how often Wolves wear it. I'd assume maybe against Watford, seeing as they have that yellow and black kit, and I'd assume we'd see it in 1 or 2 European away days as well. So that is the kit, and as I say, I think that'll be a popular seller. Pre-order now, and I think it's available in store if they've still got stock from the end of September. It's the same price as all the other kits, by the way, as well. Alongside that, Wolves have confirmed their Premier League squad. So basically, once all the European transfer window is done, Wolves will have to confirm a squad for the Premier League, and it's up to 25 players. You don't need to fill all 25 spots, but I believe at least let me think, at least 7 have got to be homegrown players. So that is a player that is English or has played in England for at least 3 or 4 years before the age of 21. So, Wolves have confirmed their squad. There's 23 players in there, and actually, quite interestingly, some players that we've not heard about for absolutely ages. And by ages, I mean a few years. Obviously, players under 21 do not need to be registered either. So, the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White, Ruben Vinagre, Patrick Catrone, Pedro Neto, none of those need to be registered in this squad. They'll obviously play anyway. A lot of people asking me about Bruno Jordao. Obviously, he's under 21 as well. But the squad is as follows. So, you've got Rui Patricio, John Roddy, Harry Burgoyne and Will Norris as the goalkeepers. Ryan Bennett, Willy Bolly, Connor Cody, Jesus Vallejo, Johnny, Max Kilman, Phil Afosu-Ayi, Sylvain Deslandes or Delon, Adama Traore, Matt Doherty, Ming Yang Yang, Cristobal, Neves, Dendonka, Jordan Graham, Matinho, Roman Saiz, Raul Jimenez and Diogo Jota. So, some interesting names in there for sure. First off, the goalkeepers, I think Patricio and Ruddy were a given. Harry Burgoyne, who's still at the club at the moment, he was set to move out on loan to Bury. Obviously, unfortunately, they've folded now. So he's still at the club at the moment, didn't get a loan move away. So at the moment, he's registered. And Will Norris as well. I know Will Norris is out on loan at the moment. I'm not too sure how it works, but I'd imagine that means if he's obviously, his loan is terminated between now and January or whatever, he's still registered with Wolves, so he could be in a matchday squad if needs be. In terms of defenders, obviously the givens were Ryan Bennett, your Willy Bolly, Connor Cody, Vallejo, Johnny, Max Kilman in there as well. Phil Afosu-Ayi. Now this guy I don't think has played a single game for us. I'm sure, I don't think he's played a single game for us. But Filifosu is in there. I've actually, interestingly, I saw one or two Wolves fans message him on Instagram or something saying, congratulations on being in the squad. He didn't even know that he was named in there. Sylvain Deslandes as well, or Delon, I think is the French way of saying it. He's in, but I know he's been loaned out today. He's been loaned out to Plovdiv in Bulgaria. With an option to buy. So he was in there as well. Adama Traore Doherty. Ming Yang, or is it Yang Ming Yang? He's a young Chinese player, Ming Yang. He's a Swiss professional, but obviously sort of got Chinese roots as well. He's been registered for the squad, and alongside obviously Flavio Cristobal, who's a young player that has signed up recently as well. Ruben Neves, Leander Dendoncker, Jordan Graham, who we've not seen for a couple of years as well. Not really seen him under the Nuno regime at all. He was a player that I think when Nuno first came in, a lot of people tipped him to potentially become a wing-back in our system. And obviously that didn't quite work out. But he's in the squad after not being loaned out. João Moutinho, Saïs, Jimenez and Jota. Now with all of those players, such as your Graham, your Ming Yang, your Cristobals, your Fosu, basically, they're just there more than likely for worst case scenarios. They're over 23. They may as well be over 21. They may as well be registered, and there is a very high possibility that we're not going to see them play at all this season. They're just there for obviously. Just so they're in the squad, basically. I think it's what Wolves need to do, and there were spaces to fill them in. As I say, anyone under 21 does not need to be registered. So if you see one or two players like Shabani, who's currently in the under 23s doing well, like your Jordao is doing well, they can step up without being registered as well. But it's quite an interesting one to see that obviously the likes of Fosu and Jordan Graham and stuff are still in there as well. But that and the third kit, obviously a few players, 10 players in total, first team players out on international duty as well. Patricio, Moutinho, Neves and Jota all with the Portugal first team. Leander Dendoncker, the Belgium national team. Raul Jimenez got a couple of friendlies with Mexico. Romain Saïs got a couple of friendlies with Morocco, but I believe he may have just pulled out. So don't hold me to that. I know Matt Doherty pulled out of the Ireland squad for an operation as well. Morgan Gibbs-White is with the England under-21s, and Pedro Neto and Ruben Vinagre are with the Portugal under-21s as well. So, going to be a busy couple of weeks for Wolves, even without us playing games with quite a few players there with international duties, although they could do with a bit of a rest, couldn't they? But hopefully you enjoyed this little quick transfer update, not transfer update, news update really. Let me know what you think of the kits down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. And until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.